She was allegedly raped, and then she was fired. Tonight, we bring you the shocking story of Lindsay Carter, who accused a coworker of raping her at a house party. She went to the police and her workplace, TD Bank. Police laid charges, and the bank transferred the accused off-site. But within 6 weeks, Carter was fired with no official reason given. Now, it's not City News policy to identify sex assault complainants, but Carter asked that her identity not be hidden.
I thought that they believed me, and I thought that I was safe. And I thought they were going to protect me and they were going to take care of me because that's all they said they were going to do, but they didn't. And they just made my mental health worse.
6 weeks after going to police, TD, and Robertson Company, the agency that hired her, Carter was fired. And she believes it's because of her mental health and absences from work as she struggled with the trauma.
I just have days where I'm just so scared and so fearful of the unknown, of not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow.
Carter claims she was rebuffed when she tried to show her bosses doctor's notes.
I offered them a letter. I offered Robertson Company, the staffing agency that represents me, a letter from CAMH detailing my assessment, outlining that I have been in a trauma and that I'm suffering anxiety and PTSD and result of that. And he just continued to pressure me and reiterate that business was being disrupted while just blatantly ignoring that my life is falling apart.
We reached out to Robertson Company both yesterday and today. They didn't respond to our emails. We also reached out to TD by email on Monday, requesting an on-camera interview. I asked 6 specific questions surrounding Carter's termination. Among them, what steps were taken by TD once you learned of her alleged rape? What is TD's typical protocol when an employee becomes an alleged victim of crime? And who made the decision to terminate Ms. Carter's contract, the job agency or TD? We followed up with TD Bank several times today. A spokesperson responded with this statement. This is a very serious charge and we are cooperating with authorities. As a matter of policy and to respect the privacy of the parties involved, I cannot provide any information about this case. Lior Samfiro specializes in employment law and says TD failed as an employer, even though Carter was hired through a third party.
TD was under a very strict legal duty to provide accommodation, whether that is to allow her to take time off work, whether that is to ensure that she gets the help that she needs, and certainly they cannot penalize her for trying to do that. The fact of the matter is she worked at TD under their control and supervision. They have responsibilities for her like any employer, and they cannot dispose of those obligations by creative hiring.
Carter says not only were no accommodations offered, but pressure actually increased.
They're making my health worse, and they pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, and I'm done.
Now, Carter says after we started making phone calls, the employment agency left her a voicemail saying that they would resume paying her, but her job at TD still terminated. Carter reached out to us to tell her story because she thought it was a story that should be shared. If you have a story you'd like to share with City News, here are the ways you can reach us.